Alright, so here we go. We'll start off with some Depop sales. This was a gorgeous 70s hand knit sweater that sold for $125 on an offer on Depop. This was one that my buyer actually paid immediately after I accepted their offer, which you know doesn't happen very often on Depop. Awesome sale, Talon zipper, an easy way to date it. They stopped using Talon zippers, I believe, actually in 64, but I don't remember exactly, but it's a long time ago. So if you see something with Talon zipper, you know it's pretty old. Another awesome sale. I actually found this shirt twice, once in a size small and once in a large, and one sold on Depop for $35. It was a quick sale. They both sold within a couple days. I guess I learned that it's a brand. It's called Buttercloth Icy Cotton, and apparently the business owners of this started on Shark Tank. I learned that fact. So if you see it, Buttercloth, pick it up. Y2K is what Depop is known for. 90s, early 2000s. So brands like Billabong, I pick up if they're in a cool style. This one had the rainbow, big spell out. That's always a good keyword when they have the big bold lettering. But yeah, that sold pretty quick too. Maybe about 3 or 4 weeks. And it sold in winter, so summer's right on the corner. That stuff will start moving even faster. I had a big lot that I found at Goodwill of old vintage Harley Davidson shirts. Most of them were single stitch, so that means they were at least early 90s or before. This one was a really cool Sturgis single stitch. Got an offer for $50, probably within about an hour of me listing it. And since I only paid about $4 each for them that day, I gladly accepted that. Ooh, another Y2K, just an all over, big bold print, thermal sleeves, classic Y2K look that also sold pretty quick within about a week of listing. I did a big old deep dive on this this brand, Flint and Tinder. It is just a high quality. Most of their stuff is preppy wool, good fabrics. Just a great company. Whenever I see Flint and Tinder, I pick it up. It sells fast and it sells for good money. This one I took a $51 offer. I don't even know why I picked up this hat, but it sold pretty quick. It's Remington. I figured hunters, that kind of outdoorsy people would want it, and they did. I think I only got it for a couple dollars at a yard sale, and it sold within a couple weeks. These were fantastic little cute Harley Davidson overalls. I put them up for $75 because there was really no comps for anything like it, and gladly accepted a $50 offer within about a week. Little People. I love selling Little People. They go for big money. Just that little clip-clop Princess Rapunzel one usually goes for a lot just on its own. I can usually find these in little toy bags at my local Goodwill or thrift stores. I've got some big lots of them up right now for pretty high prices because I'm waiting for the right buyers on those. But these, a little set of 6, sold for $30. These I actually had listed on my eBay for like a year. No one really wanted them, so when I cross-listed them over to Depop, I was surprised when they sold pretty fast. Cottagecore, cottagecore. Everyone wants the granny look. I loved this sweater. It was so cute, but I wasn't my size, and well, I knew it would sell pretty good. $30. I can find these all day, every day. I live in a retirement town. The little old ladies like to donate their sweaters, and I gladly buy them and sell them. And another hat. I've noticed a trend of hats since I started Depop, and people are looking for hats. This is a really cool, like, all over embroidered one. I ran a sale on it off for 15% off, and it sold. Like I said, I've only been selling on Depop and Etsy for about the last 5 or 6 weeks. So all these sales are within, a month of listing, which is pretty cool. These were a really cool find. I knew when I found them that they were going to go on Depop. Very Y2K, chunky style boots, and these were actually vintage ones that were from the 90s. So I got a good price for them, $60. I think I picked them up for about $8. And that was also a less than 24-hour sale. The person that sent the offer, or the person that bought it right away. Didn't have to wait around for a payment, which was good. Ooh, another super fun sale. This one I actually took an offer on. I don't know why it says $375. I took an offer of $280. I found this at Goodwill. There was another Coach bag right next to it that was dirty and disgusting, and they had it marked at $25. And then this one, which is a lot harder to tell that it's a Coach, but I've seen this bag before, and lo and behold, there's a little Coach tag on it. It was a 2004 bag that they made, and they only made it one time, and it's a very sought after bag. So just knowing little details can help you spot things. I think they only had it marked at $14.99 because obviously they didn't know it was Coach. And I picked it up with my 20% off coupon, so paid about $12 for it. And it sold, I think, within a week. Good sale. Cat ladies. I pick up the weirdest cat stuff and it always sells fast. I was surprised when this one went on Depop for $35. Yeah, I always look for cat stuff. If it's weird and creepy, the cat ladies love it. All right, on to a couple Etsy sales. I'm newer on Etsy. I've only been on Etsy for, I think, maybe 3 weeks. But I've got a couple good sales, and I've noticed, obviously on Etsy you can only post vintage or handmade items, so I only cross-list over things that I know are vintage. And this was a really fast sale at $45 for these 2 brass cranes. And I actually have sold these twice now. 2 different sets that I found. These ones I found in Idaho during Christmas, and they sold pretty quick, within about a week. This was a fun find for me, found at my local Goodwill. I think I paid $6.49 plus my coupon. And I had done a screenshot of it because I always check Walkmans. There are some really rare model numbers for these, especially in good brands like Sony. So that's why I picked it up and decided to Google Lens it. And turns out it was a pretty rare one. I put it up for $200 and it sold for $200. This was a lot of cars, Hot Wheels, that I got at a yard sale, like I would say when pretty close to when I first started selling, about June 2024. So coming up on my 2 years. But these were really cool. They were just the older style ones, and they've been listed in my eBay and haven't sold. Moved them over here, and they sold for $50 within about a week. Really cool shell and napkin ring holders. Also went on Etsy. $35. I got them all in a bag at Goodwill for a couple dollars, so good sale, good flip. More Y2K. I was surprised. This Y2K went on Etsy for $45. Just a sheer shirt with lace trim. That baby doll cut is very sought after right now. Anything in the lines of fairy, baby doll, whimsy goth, or whimsical. It's doesn't matter what brand it is. This was a no-name brand and sold for $45. I can't even get $45 for some of my Lululemon pieces. It's just crazy. I'm really enjoying my style-based sourcing. Awesome belt buckle I found at my local Goodwill. It was attached to a really nice belt. I separated it. I haven't listed the belt yet. I probably should get on that. But this sold actually really fast on Etsy, even within a couple weeks. I got an $80 offer and went ahead and took it. And last but not least, I got a whole lot of vintage jewelry. I mean, none of it's too crazy. A few things were signed, but they're slowly and surely selling. These were just a clip-on set of earrings that were signed listener. Nothing too fancy about them, but took a $25 offer. That's a great sale. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Like and subscribe, and keep an eye out for more.